You want to speak in Shona or English? I
Both is
forgot to
okay.
ask.
I'm okay with any language. Ndebele, I try.
You try as well. Okay.
Mm.
Um, masikati akanaka. Tiri kukuchingamidzai pano paSelf TV. Nhasi ndina mukoma Oliver Nyapimbi. Mukoma Oliver vane inoitwa Project 34 Services. Saka tikuda kuitira kuti vaya vari kuZimbabwe nevari kudiaspora vari kuda maservices vazive kuti kana tiri kuda maservices vanhu vari trusted ndevapi. Indinadzo confidence dzacho dzekuuya navo pano nekuti munhu wandakatomboshanda naye before. Mukoma Oliver, makasimba here.
Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Self TV. Tiripo Magadio, Sister Monica. Yes, it's Oliver here. It's nice meeting you.
Zvakanaka. Tikumbira kuti muudze vateereri venyu kuti ndimi ani. Who is Oliver Nyapimbi?
Okay. Thank you, Monica. Yeah, Oliver Nyapimbi is a man based in Harare. Ndakazvarwa kuNyanga, grew up in Nyanga. In another language, you can say SRB, strong rural background. I grew up in Nyanga where I did my primary, secondary, and my A levels before migrating to Gweru, where I did my first degree in Gweru MSU. I did tourism and hospitality. From there, I did my attachment in Vic Falls, in one of the biggest hotels in Vic Falls. From there, I joined an organization where I was doing management. We were doing events management before I was identified with this other lady who was based in UK for almost, was it 17 years, who wished to start her own business back then in Zimbabwe, but he didn't have any. She didn't have anyone to trust to man the organization. So she saw me in the corridors because we used to share offices in the same floor. So she identified me, then took me to her organization. Then we started working together. I worked with her for 7 years before I left. So that's Oliver. Yes, I'm married with two beautiful kids, a boy and a girl.
Fantastic. So can you tell us, you were in hospitality. Now, I believe you are now doing projects and services, and you mainly cover construction and building and anything building, right? How did you move from tourism to this?
To construction. Yes,
Yes.
it's an interesting story. It's an interesting story. From college, as I said, I joined an organization called CCAZ. They used to do customer service issues, events. So I was doing marketing. That's when I got identified by the next employer who took me. By then, her wish, she wanted me to sell diapers. She had a container of diapers which was coming from China. So she said, "Look, Oliver, look, I know you are employed here, but I have got diapers which I want you to sell for me. They are coming from China." Then I said, "No, I can take the challenge. I want to move on from this job I am right now." So I took the challenge, then moved to that organization. And you know what? No container came. But this lady was based in UK, and she was living in between Harare and UK. So she said, no, we want to assist people in the diaspora doing whatever they want done in Zimbabwe. So let's change the idea. Then I said, yes, let's try it. Then that's when we started. We started by doing groceries. We moved on to car hire. We moved on to what we call medicals. Then one day a client came. It was a male client. Then he said, "No, I've got a property which I want to develop." It was, but then it was in Zimre. And he said, "No, we can assist you." And you know what? I had a background of tourism. Then this was a challenge. I'm someone who takes challenges, and each kutora a challenge, but I do calculate. Obviously, I calculate. Then I said to my boss, "Look, this is an inquiry." Akati, "No, you know what? We can't do this because we don't have anyone who has got the expertise in the construction industry." Then I said, "No, we can do it in another way. There are a lot of people who have got the expertise out there. We can hire them. Then we start doing this because we have got a huge need of people who want to invest back home. There are people who want to build. There are people who want to refurb their buildings. So let's take it." Then he said, "If you've got the strategy, why not? Let's try it." Then I said, "Okay." I I had a plan. Then I implemented my plan, took expertise with me. Then I had to manage them, obviously, because uh, artisans at times they don't have that professional touch. So I had to manage them. Then look for engineers and other people to assist us. Then that's when the construction side started. So I developed a passion in the area. It was just interesting for me dealing with such issues, identifying problems at people's houses, solving problems, communicating with clients, all those things. Then that's when the passion in the construction industry began. Then there was a wave of solar energy when it started coming in. It had started obviously, but by then that's when people started coming in. More players started coming in. And I said, there's this new idea of green energy, the solar energy. Why can't we try it as well? Then she said, "No, you tried the construction side. I can bet. I know you can do it." Then I said, "Yes, I can." Then I implemented my strategy. Then it worked. We started the solar installation program. Then that's when all this idea, the project 34, started growing in me. Obviously, that was before I left the organization. That's then here I am, Oliver, with Project 34.
Fantastic. Just as you mentioned, Project 34, I'm going to put Project 34 on the screen. And just to let everybody know, South TV
Yes.
is being sponsored by Project 34. So we are excited and happy that we have a big player behind us. Project
Sure.
34 is what is sponsoring South TV at the moment. So, Nkoma Oliver, tell us about the services that you provide.
Okay, on our list of services, we cover everything that comes with construction, mainly house construction. So we start with the concept drawing, which is the plan drawing. From there, we do the brickwork. That's from foundation up to wall plate, the plastering, floors, skimming. We also do ceilings. We also do, that's the carpentry side part of construction. That's the ceilings, fitted kitchens. We do the roof. Then we do the finishings. That's plumbing, painting. We also do welding. We also do jurals. That's more of it. Then we also do fencing.
Okay.
Then,
So in other
apart from
words,
that, mhm,
mhm. In other words, you are saying, uh, we give you the ground
yes,
and the plan, and
yes.
you know what to do until completion.
Not exactly. You, before giving us the ground, you can give us the concept, the idea in your mind of what you want
Right.
to where you want to live in the near future, or the idea of your investment. Then we start developing it from there. We I had one or two clients who gave me at one point I was given 10 pictures from Google. Then this
Right.
client said, I want you to measure these ideas. Then the client pointed his major highlights, what he wanted to see in his plan. Then we had to measure that. So with our team of architects, then we came up, we took the client into a WhatsApp group. We started discussing, developing the idea up to a point where we had a solid plan, which was approved by our city council officials. Then that's when he gave us the ground. Then boom, we started the project.
I like that idea because I think that's kind of the way my mind works. I see a picture, I cut it, I put it there. I don't
Yeah,
know where this particular room and the way it looks is going to be, but I
exactly.
have several pictures that I just cut and put down, and then eventually I'll be like, okay, now I'm ready. I'm excited because I have something in mind, and this is perfect because I'm talking to someone who can take the concept, understand it, and then
Exactly.
put it on paper,
Yeah.
and present it to me in a way that actually makes sense.
Truly, yeah. That's the idea. I've realized a number of people, a number of clients, they they build properties which do not touch their lives, which do not speak to them, which do not satisfy them by the end of the day. You find out quickly someone who build a house, then later on said, no, this is not what I wanted. So I encourage our clients to say, it can take you 5 years. Start thinking of the house you want to build now. Start bringing those concepts. If you see something, probably it's a friend's property you visited. You see the tiling, probably you see the kitchen. Take a picture, have a gallery, then put it aside. The day when it comes, when your financials are in place, or when the day when you say you now have the land and you want to develop that plan, give us those pictures. Then we start working on them. I promise you will be satisfied, because that's our area. We play with what you want to see by the end of the day. We want you to say, probably you are in the UK. The day you come here, you get into a house you wish to have seen, if you were the one who was building.
I am smiling or laughing because I'm just thinking one will come into there, they'll have taken all the pictures, everything about their friend's house. This is not what he's advising. He's saying take bits and pieces of what you like, because you don't want your friend to walk into your house and see that it's exactly the same as
Exactly.
have a little bit of creativity. Just
Sure.
be creative and bring in your own character into what you want. Um, so tell us about the solar, the renewable energy. What what else do you do?
On the renewable energy, we apparently we are looking forward to develop it further, going to biogas, which we have already started. We are building a team to get into biogas. We are looking at rural areas, mainly targeting the people in the rural area. Then on the solar side, we have already started doing it. No place is too far for us. Even kumamisha, where we say akuna mabaz, we go there and make sure your families have entertainment. They have got a fridge. They have got if even running water, because we also work with, we have guys we work with who do bore drilling. Then we do the bore installation, um, which works with solar. So on the solar side, this is what we do. You come to us, you tell us what you want, we ask you questions. What do you want to be powered with your solar? Then you give us a list of the things you want powered with your solar. Tell you what, Monica, nowadays we have got different products. So you find out, Kuti, you may have three products or three systems which can satisfy one thing. But with us, we have realized quite a number of service providers do not explain further to the clients what they are giving the client. If you give us your list of gadgets you want powered on the solar, then we advise you, look, we sit down with you. If it's over the phone or uh, direct, we sit down with you, we let you know this is the system which can work well with your gadgets, depending on your budget. We can downsize or even upgrade depending on your. So it's something we can share up to the T's to make sure you have something which will run for more than you expect, probably, should I say it.
Right. So in other words, no project is too big for you.
Sure, sure.
On the
We
biogas, I have seen a picture of someone posting about the biogas that they're doing in the rural area. That structure, for example, not too big, probably for a household. Just give us an estimation of what someone will be looking at to have something like that.
Yeah, apparently we are in a process. We are in a process. You know what? We have realized this is the concept we are trying to bring in. We have realized we have in the rural areas, we have your cows in the rural areas. We want to use that dung to use in the biogas system. So we haven't exactly come to the end of how the costing will be like, but very soon, I'm sure by next month we will have a proper costing, how much it will cost someone the full system, up to a point where we say you are now fully serviced with biogas. We are even looking forward to making use of those Blair toilets. We believe it should be made use of. I was watching, I think it's Bill Gates, in one of, is it Bill Gates or one of these billionaires who are doing researches on how they can recycle waste in the Blair toilet so that it's reusable. That's where we are going. That's where we want to take people to say this. We are saying it's waste material, but we can use it to either power our houses or manure the garden, something like that.
That is amazing because there has been a lot of wastage over the years.
Sure, sure,
In that
sure.
area, if that can be reused to provide energy, I think that would be fantastic. So if cow dung can be used, I don't see why human waste cannot be used
Sure,
to to do the same job.
sure.
So yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to share further. This is this thing have already started, but on our side, it's not like other people are not doing it. People have already started doing the cow dung biogas project, but on our side, we want to uh, make it affordable to our clients by segmenting. probably the higher end, middle end, and the lower end, to make it affordable to everyone, so that, you know, I visited my home area. I come from, personally, I come from Nyanga. The way the environment looked like in the past years when I was still young, it's now totally different. People are cutting down trees. Deforestation is very high. It's at on its peak. Why? Because we don't have any other source of energy besides firewood. So we want to bring in this as an option for those in the rural areas, so that we can save the environment.
That's a very good idea. And it might also even be a good idea that once the biogas is on the roll, people continue to plant trees.
Sure, which that I think, over the years, with as we proceed over the years, we will give back to the to the community as social responsibility, as our social responsibility. Let's say you give us a project in the rural areas, even in the town. You give us a project, we take with us 3 or 4 trees, then we give to the people who are home, then they plant a tree, just to ensure we are promoting sustainability in the rural areas. Even in
Make
the,
the return.
yeah, in towns, we can give you a fruit tree. You give us a project, we give you 1 or 2 fruit trees. That's good to the environment. Even in town, the trees are being cut down. You'll be surprised to see
Mm.
it. Yeah, the trees in the streets, atem, those which run dry, they are being cut down. You know, it's some people are, I remember, it was it around 2000, 2008, 2009, when things were bad. Gum
Mhm.
trees would be cut down by people as a source of fuel, kubika and other things, because maggots was a problem, disaster was a problem, gas was a problem, you know. So people were cutting down trees. So it's I think it's an idea which can work if we can replace those trees using fruit trees. You know, Timon, if you give a person a fruit tree, responsibility is better than giving him a gum tree.
Yes, that's true. Because then it will nourish them once it starts producing fruits.
Sure, sure.
Yes. So you said Norway is too far. So do you have any projects in places like Blawayo, Mashingo, or even Nyanga and Honde Valley?
Yes, so far I can list the places we have gone. We have gone to Mashingo, we have gone to Blawayo, the Blawayo route. We have gone to Gweru, Kwekwe. We have done Chegutu. We have done, yes, Nyanga. We have done Mutari. We have done all those places. We have done. Um, and in some of these places, we are not mentioning the towns only, even the rural areas. Kunana, what do you call, in Mashingo, down further in Mashingo, I'm forgetting, the Chivasas, those areas. We have done all those areas, and we were doing solar projects. And I think next month we'll be back in Mashingo. I think one week Mashingo, will be back there in Mashingo. We are receiving a support Yaganyanya from there. Thank you, people from Mashingo. You are doing a good job with us.
If you've just joined us, we are talking to Mr. Oliver Nyapimbi, who runs Project 34 Services. Project 34 Services is the one that's sponsoring Salve TV. Um, so just tell us a bit more about what sort of challenges are you facing, if any?
Yes, challenges we do face, but it's here and there. But mostly, I can pick on the, it was from where we are coming from. It was product the issue of product changes and product availability at times. We have been facing seasonal changes, but which can be overcome. Things like when we do construction on the brick side, cement. There was a moment, especially looking at last year, was it November, December, when we cement was very scarce in Zimbabwe. In the previous, I think, month, we were having problems. So some of the things are economic issues, not much of political, but apparently we can pinpoint the pandemic as a challenge. Uh, just imagine you want to do a project at a client's house. There are people who are there. You should make sure they are protected, and we should also make sure we are also protected. Our team is protected, and we should as well protect them. So what have we done to curb that challenge? We have made sure each time we go for projects, especially those that take more than 2 days, our team is tested before they go on site. Then we encourage them to obviously keep a distance, social distancing, and make sure they wear their masks on, and just to protect themselves and to protect those we love, whom we will be working for. Sorry, you have muted, I think.
Mhm.
All right,
I
sorry.
like that. I like that because that, even though I was talking of the challenges, it had not really crossed my mind. That kind of challenge now that you are facing as a service provider, to go into somebody's house and you are worried about yourself, you're worried about them, and protecting them, and you're worried about protecting your team.
Sure. You know what? There was a moment when we even had to stop our services. Why? Especially when COVID was on its peak. You know, I love myself. I love those whom I work with, and I love my clients. We should protect each other. This is a pandemic we are talking about, but we have since started servicing people. We are now working, but at times we even ask if you are taking more than 2 days on site. At times we ask for the people for accommodation. We make sure our team is tested. We take them on site. We just ask for a little space where they can stay. Why do we do that? We are avoiding uh, more contact with other people. Look at it. We are in Harare. I take my team to, let's say, Mavuku every day.
Mhm.
When they come from their homes, they are using public transport. Then they get in town. They get into our car. We take them on site. Look at the interaction which have happened in
Mhm.
between. So by so doing, we'll be putting those we are servicing at risk. So at times we ask for just a little space where they can put up. Then we can have our gas stoves and everything. We then work just to protect each other.
That's fantastic. Mr. Ronald Mauta here is saying, great work, Mr. Nyapimbi. And then Ropa Fads, more blessings, Sibanda, is saying that you're doing a fantastic job.
Thank
Yes,
you, thank you.
you can see how you have processed this and thought about keeping everyone involved safe.
Sure.
Um, okay. Is there anything else that you would like to add, maybe for a particular service or?
Yeah, probably one or two. You we as an organization, Project 34 is a construction and solar, mainly renewable solar energy. So we are not only focused on the diaspora market, but we say we are servicing the Zimbabweans, even those who are beyond the borders. So you will find out I've grown to understand with my experience, 7 years of working with the diaspora market when I was employed by them. I've realized there is a myth here in Zimbabwe. If we see those numbers, them are beyond the borders, we say, one mare. But I have grown to realize that all the monies they send here, even if it's pocket money, it has been worked for. So when it's money which have been worked for, when they send it here to for a certain purpose, they want to see it working where it was supposed to work. So we, as an organization, we respect that, and we respect people's funds. We make sure we use the funds where they want it used. Then something we do as well, when when we, especially when we do the finishings, we make sure we communicate with our clients. I usually, and I mostly use an example of plumbing, the plumbing finishings. We have got different types of what we call a shower, or even a kitchen, those tap. They are different. They are in terms of quality. I mean, in terms of quality. So what we do when we are giving out quotations, we specify there are things we take aside and say, on these things, we are going to give you 2 or 3 costings on these 3 things. Why do we do that? We want to make sure when you come into your house and you see a tape which is substandard, it will be you who would have said yes to that product. When you see the strongest product in your house, then you will know it's you who said yes to that product. So it's not like we give you out a quotation or a bill of quantity and say, and we give you that bill of quantity anyhow, but we do consider that you also want to see durable products in your house. So we give options. Then one other thing, probably I should probably let our clients know of, we have new product in place on our paving side. The grounds need to be looked after, so we have the 3D. I will share with our clients on our Facebook page. We're now doing 3D paving. They are there. Please inquire with us. We are doing those. We are giving payment plans on that option. So it's something you can look up forward to if you have got any property which is still to be done, uh, finishings on the grounds.
You raised a very important point when you mentioned that having worked with people who are in the diaspora, a lot of the time people think that people in the diaspora pick money from trees, and when they demand or when they're asking for money, they want it now. They do not realize that people in the diaspora, they work by the hour, and as they work by the hour, they are paid by the hour.
Sure.
If they go out for lunch, they actually clock in digitally. Sometimes you stick a finger somewhere to register that you're in. They don't do what people in Zimbabwe do. Sometimes they go to lunch at 11 and don't come back at 4:30 to pick up their bags. Because if they do that, they'll lose their job or they don't get paid because they were not working. And so after someone has worked so hard and has been paid for every minute that they have proved that they've been working, they send the money home and people misuse it. or mismanage it, I think it's tragic.
Right.
And I like that you do realize that and you appreciate, because of your interaction with people in the diaspora. You appreciate that sometimes life is even harder than it is for people in Zimbabwe. Because
Sure.
if I were in Zimbabwe and I'm hungry, I could call you. You're coming from Nyanga, you bring me a bag of maize. You can
Sure.
tell your mom,
Mhm.
say, my friend there has got no food. And
Yeah.
Mbuya Nyapimbi will put food in a bucket and
Yeah.
say, you go give her. I will have
Mhm.
food. But here in the diaspora, if you haven't got, you haven't got.
Sure.
And I think these are some of the things that people miss out. But anyway, I'm not digressing. I'm just enhancing and adding to the point to say, yes, please respect the labor of the
Sure.
people who are in the diaspora, because sometimes they take everything they have and send home. And some of them, you should see where they sleep. They're sending everything home. There was another point that you mentioned. Um, so since you now have the experience of, because I believe when you worked with the other company, I was also a client, and I know that you used to send me pictures to say, this is where we are now, this is where we are now, and then I'll give you feedback and say, okay, this is what I want now. And I was happy with everything that was happening, because even though I was far away, I was involved. I was
Yeah.
part of the journey every step of the way for the
Mhm.
project that I was doing. So since you now have all that experience, what sort of, because I'm thinking about construction and your experience of working with diaspora medical and everything, have you had any materials or anything that um, are incorporated in building houses for people with disabilities? Did you
Hello.
get that?
Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. So, like, have you had have you got any of the any adaptations that you have included in building, or have you ever come across having to build a house for someone with disabilities, physical
Uh,
disability?
no, not a house per se, but we have had a project where we had to renovate. It was a clinic. It was a clinic in one of these suburbs, a new clinic which was being launched. So when it was done, just like you said, the disabled were forgotten in the building concept. So we had to renovate it and brought in a concept. The wheelchair need to be taken care of. Those who use clashes need to be taken care of. So something like that. Then we also had to renovate some of their um, their toilets. When it was done, they used the standard, the normal standard, but we had to renovate to incorporate the both those who are physically challenged and the normal ones. So yes, we have done that, but I think we had little of those, but it's something we can take in if we are to have any inquiry.
I'm glad you had that experience, because then it means that when you're now having an inquiry, you have that in mind to ask if that could be included
Oh yeah,
so that it's not an afterthought.
sure. Sure. Then it's just something to share when you were commenting on what I said on the issue of valuing people's funds and all that. We sorry to take you a little bit back. I've also come across quite a number of people who say, Oliver, look, um, I really want to do this project, but you know the funds are very difficult to come by. Uh, we accept a situation where you pay in installments depending on the project. We discuss how you want to do your payments, and we let you know when we can start the project. Probably we say you pay 50%, which can be paid in stages. Then we then do the project when you are on 50% or 60%, just to make sure you do your project. You know, in Shona tinoti mari muyenzi. When
Mm.
you receive money, it gets somewhere to go. So we have realized we have clients who have challenges that will chengeta mari. So we say you can send your money to us. We buy the materials tototanga kuunganidza padiki padiki tinosvika chete. That's what we do. So we say you send your money, we buy materials, we find a storage place. When the materials are sufficient enough for us, let's say, to start the foundation, then we can start the foundation. And as well, we have a number of initiative groups in the diaspora. Kune vamwe vanoita rounds. We have a group of apparently we have a group of 10 ladies who are bringing together their funds towards the same goal. These ladies are doing it towards solar installation project. So they bring in their funds together. Then when the money is enough for us to go and do an installation, we go there and do so. Over the uh, I think they've started 5 months ago. We have done 5 installations. Then we are left with other 5 installations. So it's an initiative which they came up with to say, no, alone I cannot make it, but together
Mm-hmm.
we can. So they are bringing in their funds together to satisfy a common goal.
Fantastic. Here we're talking to Mr. Oliver Nyapimbi, uh, for who manages and runs Project 34 Services, and Project 34 Services is sponsoring South TV. Um, I like what you said. It reminds me of a book that I read. I think it was written by someone called Bunge Mario. Fortune at the bottom of the pyramid, maybe. Anyway, that concept of people coming together to to work on something. I think it was women in Mexico who come together, and each of them, they all contribute a certain amount and give it to this construction company. And the
Okay.
construction company depends on what the woman wants. If she wants a kitchen, that is what's done. Once the construction company is done with kitchen for Mrs. A, they go on to the spare bedroom for Mrs. B, or they go on to just, whatever these women want, but they are all working together. And because handling money amongst themselves might be a challenge, the money is sent directly to the construction company. I think that it's a very good idea. I wish more and more groups could do that. Um, okay. So where can people find you? Where are your offices?
We are in Harare. Apparently, we only have an office in Harare, which is 9th and Central Avenue in town. Then we are also on Facebook, and you can also get in touch with us on our WhatsApp platform. The numbers which are on the bottom.
Okay, so that is your WhatsApp number. So if you want to contact Mr. Nyapimbi via WhatsApp, you go to six plus 263 735 916 256. Make sure you keep this number because for most of the projects, most of the services, um, sometimes people don't know where to go, especially when you're in the diaspora. You have to have someone that you trust, and you have to have someone that you know will be able to execute their job. And I can vouch for Mr. Nyapimbi unless he's changed. But my experience with him, he is prompt, he communicates, he keeps you well informed of how your project is going. If there are any challenges, he will let you know. But he is one person who will do his job with all his heart. Like his heart is in it. I think he's actually found his calling. All the tourism and all that was just part of the journey to lead him to where he is right now. He used to be very serious. Now I see he's all smiles. I see he's all smiles. I think this is what happens when you are doing something that you're passionate about. Your whole being says it, you feel it, and it makes you happy. So the location of the office does not matter so much, because now
Sure,
we live in a borderless
sure.
world. You just connect with him on social media, and you connect with him on WhatsApp, but you can also go to his offices. Is there anything else that you might want to add to all that we have talked about, Mr. Nyapim?
Yeah, I feel I wouldn't have done justice if I don't talk about this. Tiri vanhu vatema tine kumusha, ini ndobva kunyanga ndiri waso. So we have a concept we are developing. Tiri kudevelopa this concept, kumusha ngakuve kumusha kwatinofarira kuenda. If we don't develop where our roots are, then it's going to be very difficult for us kuti tisvikeko. I'm not talking about the urban areas for now, but I'm talking about the rural area. So we have a concept. We have my plan drawings at now. They come in 3D form. We can send you the 3D form of these house plans, which are specifically designed for the rural setup. We are trying to modernize the rural areas. So we are saying, if you inquire with us, we can share with you these plans we have. Then we give you the costing of developing these houses. One thing good about this is the construction cost won't be that much. Why? Because things like river sand, matombo, sweetener, they are very cheap in the rural area. So you find out, Kuti, even if we fail to build a house in Harare, but then let us do something Kumosha. We also have projects like bore drilling and solar powered bore installation that Rukwita in the rural areas. We can do this for our families in the rural areas. Dzizi dzimwe dzakupera mvura and people go long distance to fetch water. Why can't we promote them and assist them in doing such other projects? they can do their little gardens just close by the home if we provide them with water. So we are saying we are doing bore drilling, we are doing rural home development. We are putting the solar on the roof for you to enjoy your rural home. Just imagine you are coming from outside, Monica. You are coming from the states. Washika Marari, you sleep one night, then you go kumusha. Uri kubuda in your bedroom wakabata a glass of cold drink uchienda kudanga kwemombe wakabata it will be nice. That's the
Yes,
type of life we
absolutely.
want, we are trying to encourage people to have.
Mm.
Even warikumba, you are talking to them over the phone, wari kudza kuti aiwa nyama yembudzi yatakauraya last month tichinayo mu fridge, how nice will it be? Yeah, you look at it, something like that. We are developing such a concept. So come to us, talk to us, then we can assist each other in developing these projects. If you have got any projects which is about to start, which have started, or any house which needs refurbishment, we are here to talk to. We are here to assist you.
That is really good because overall it improves the quality of life yevanhu vari kumusha, as well as yako where you have peace of mind.
Sure.
Living out here in the diaspora, some of us have picked up so many allergies, and when you go home, you're even afraid to will I be able to handle chuzi chakanyanya, because these environments have triggered a
Yeah.
lot of things that
Sure.
we didn't have before. And so kana vanhu vakagadzirawo pekugadzira, it means that improves the quality of life yevari kumba vacho, but also improves the quality of your life. You would love to go home, and
Sure.
and it will also reduce the population yevanhu vari muHarare
Yeah.
kana kumusha kukaitwa upgraded, and so the whole country manch would flourish instead of just having people somewhere where it is not so productive anymore. uh, in Koguma Kwane, a whole lot of other issues. I want to applaud you for having all those initiatives and keep talking about it. And before we come to a close, um, just want to thank Project 34 Services for sponsoring South TV. We are going to be talking about this for a while, partnering with Project 34 Services and reminding each other kuti musha kuna maninji, vanhu tinofanira kuita tichiziva kuti tofanira kudzokera kumba, kumusha kuna maninji.
Kumba ngekwaso ngatiende kumba vanhu wee.
Hunde. You need to go somewhere where you feel at home, somewhere you feel free, somewhere where you feel comfortable. Thank you so much, everyone, for spending time with us here on South TV. But before we close, I just want to give Mr. Nyapimbi 2 minutes
Yes.
to give us his final words.
Okay, thank you. Probably firstly, I should say thank you, South TV. Thank you, Monica, for having me. And I would like to say thank you to those clients we have served, those we are going to save next. We are here to save you. We are here to assist you. Inquire with us on any service pertaining construction and solar energy. We are here to save you. We'll be giving you more concepts which save your dollar. No place is too far for us. Take us to what do they call Mahachula? We can go Blawayo. We have been there, so don't hesitate to inquire with us. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, Monica.
Thank you so much. You have another comment here from Lillian Mary Kuziwa Maoza. She says, well done, Oliver. Well done, Project
Thank you,
34
listeners.
Services. Thank you so much, listeners. Pachishona tinotichi, anenzwe dzekunzwa azvinzwira
Anzwa
ega.
deja.
Nyorai zvinhu pasi izvi. You can come back to this project. Ms. Nyapimbi, you can come back and put more information. If you've got pictures to post on this thread on Facebook, you can do so that people just feel free to come back and comment. Feel free to post on our page on my Facebook page, and then just get some engagements going so that people do not forget that there is an easier way of having someone who's accessible that you can reach out to, talk to. No concept is wild.
Sure.
Just go talk to him about it. He's not going to laugh at you
Yeah.
because
You know, Monica, just to add, you know what? Some people may say, no, with us, it's not all about money. You know, it's not all about money. We are not saying, give us your money, but we have other people who are running their projects with other service provider service providers. Sorry, and they want to ask something. They are free to come and share their experiences. If they've gray areas they feel like they need to check with us, they should feel free and come to us. We are not saying those who are going to commit with us with their pockets are the ones we give attention to. No, we are saying everyone is free. If it's about construction and solar energy, we are here to share. Even other things, we know probably you don't have that touch with home anymore. You have one or two things you want to inquire kuti zvakambomira sei, probably kumusha kwenyu kwaita a problem, you want to check kuti kwakamira sei, kana tichikwanisa kuti tisvike kuti tikubatsirei tokwanisa kubatsirai. Some of the things of course we don't have them on our services list, but if we can assist, then we can assist you. I look at it tichitarisa kuti we are not an organization, but when we are a family with you, our clients, we are a family with you, our friends outside there, we are family with you, people in Zimbabwe. So feel free to come to our offices. Our numbers are at the bottom. Contact us, then we can share whatever you want to share with us.
Thank you very much. That is very important to realize that we need all sorts of business people. No one can work as an isolation. And for Mr. Nyapimbi to realize that you can give someone advice, give someone someone to come and get a second, what do you call it?
A second thought, probably.
Yeah, they can come back and just say, you know what, I just want to make sure I get this right. This is my situation. How do I go about it? And then they can weigh which way they want to go to. And
Sure.
there's not going to be any animosity there. There is just going to be respect, because don't just jump with the first person you see. He's also saying that even if I give you a quotation, feel free to go check with someone else and then choose what you want, so that, we promote each other, we promote good work relationships and good business ethics. Thank you so much to our viewers for following us and supporting Salve TV. I hope you've learned something that is going to help you take your dream from your head into reality. Whatever it is you want to build, a house, a store, a factory,
Sure.
you have Mr. Nyapimbi here. It sounds like he's a one-stop shop. He will just take you from where you are right now to where you want to be. Thank you so much, Mr. Nyapimbi, and thank you to our viewers. See you again next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Monica.